What's up, guys? Urban Muscle here with another video. This video is an update on the future plans. Video I did a little while back. Video ended up cutting short, so this is just like a little update on it. So what I'm wanting to do with this car is do a motor swap on it. I was thinking LS motor, but you know, those are really expensive. There's a whole lot of work involved in doing all that with the computer, the harness, and I think you gotta make the mounts for it. I don't know if any companies make them. Either that or an M3 motor, just to get a little bit more horsepower out of this car. It does only have 189 horsepower and like 176 torque. It's pretty fast for being a 2.5, but I just want to make it like a little bit faster. So thinking about going with the M3. I think it's the 3.0. So, and haven't really done much research on the transmissions yet. So I will be getting the M3 motor and transmission if I do a motor swap on this. The next thing I want to do is the M3 bumper. This one is not that bad. It's actually pretty cool looking, but I want to get the M3 bumper, the ZHP or whatever it's called, because it looks a lot better, and it would just make this car look a lot better. So yeah. The other thing I want to do, like I said in the previous video, is get two more wheels like this one right here, because the two wheels on the back do not match. I was thinking about getting 3 wheels that match this one, but I like the other ones better. They share the brake caliper a lot better, and it's a much nicer wheel. So yeah, want to get matching wheels for this car. See, this one completely just doesn't match any other wheels. New window tint, because this window tint's coming off on all. The back window tint is like wrinkly, and it's like when you're trying to back up at night, can't really see nothing. So I always back into a parking spot. But the next thing I'm going to do is probably get different headlights. Just because these ones are old and chrome is starting to come off. I do have halos in there. It's only one. The other one ended up blowing. When I first got it, I tried to hook it up to a plug-in in the house, and it ended up frying it. So I got one on order, so I'm gonna be getting those. So yeah, the tint is coming off quite a bit. It came off before, and I had to cut this. It's on both sides like that. It's really terrible. The back, that was actually like that when I got it. The back window, it's really like it's just all wrinkly and stuff. This one right here is really bad. Someone tried to take it off before. There's like a little piece up there in the corner, but this stuff right here, see, it just comes off like that. But I will be getting a new tint all the way around. This is 20% in the front. I don't know what the back is. They're like, you can see the back is a little bit darker. 20% in the front, and don't really know about that. So the next thing would be the steering wheel. I do have a steering wheel down here. Just showed in the last video. It was broken when I got it. I got it out of an M3, or at least the car had an M3 badge on it that was already peeled off. But so I got that steering wheel right there. I'm going to replace this one with, because this one is just bulky. It's just, don't really like it. The emblem is all messed up. So I just got to get a drill bit, come in here and drill out these holes that hold the steering wheel in. I stripped them out, so I'm going to drill those bolts out and then take the whole steering wheel off and put that one on. I don't know if I'm going to reuse the steering wheel cover. This is carbon fiber. It's one of the things I got when I first got the car. It's pretty good. I got it from Walmart. It's like 10 bucks. But yeah. So the next thing is the original shifter boot that goes to this car. I'm going to get the original one because the bandana just doesn't really go right with the car. It's, you know, it's just doesn't really look that good anymore. It's starting to turn purple. It was blue. So I will keep the shifter, the shift knob. I was thinking about getting a short throw shifter, just because this car is like, it has pretty, I mean, it's not that long of a row, but I'd rather just have one. This one is like really loose, and it's got like a little bit of springage right here, but this side is like really loose. So yeah. So the other thing I want to replace is the ashtray. This car did originally have the armrest version of the center console. The guy took it out, the previous owner took it out before me, and put one of these ones in. You can get these really cheap off eBay. I mean, it does look a lot nicer, but it's all broken. The clips are messed up and all that, and the ashtray is just completely shredded. So I want to get a new one of those ashtray covers. Yeah, cigarette lighter. This thing actually needs to be tightened down in there because it's pretty loose. So I do kind of want to get different seats for this car. These seats are really comfortable. They're like really thin, really lightweight, but they're manual seats, and you have the forward and backwards for this side, and then just scoot it up and back. And then for some reason, I guess a lot of short people, or BMW was thinking about the short people too. So the middle button that you have on these cars is to lift the seat up in the air or lower it, so you can like see above the window or see above the steering wheel and below it. So yeah, I mean, I'd just rather have different seats in here, like power seats or something like that. That would be pretty cool. So I do want to put LED lights in this car, due to the ones that I have now are not really all that bright. I don't know what specific brand of LEDs I want to go with yet for headlights. And so yeah, I do have halos that I need to replace. I got one in the car already, as you guys seen in the video, in the headlight. But yeah. So another thing I want to do on this car is the exhaust. I mean, this car, it sounds pretty good with the factory exhaust on it. I want something that's like a little bit sportier sounding. I've seen a lot of videos of other people putting like the exhaust on their cars, and it sounds like a Honda Civic, and I don't really want to go for that because this is not a Honda Civic. So I was thinking the resonator delete and muffler delete, and just straight pipe from the resonators back, because those actually sound pretty good. Don't really sound like a weed eater or nothing like that, like a Honda Civic. So I was thinking about doing something like that. Still want to put headers on the car. I will be doing that pretty soon. Got to find a pretty good brand. The last ones that I found on eBay, it was like $100, and they had really terrible reviews on them. Everybody was saying that like after so and so thousand miles or whatever, 100 miles or whatever, that they would experience loud exhaust due to the headers cracking and stuff like that around the welds, and just being really terrible quality metal. So I'm looking for like a decent set of headers and try to make this car sound a little bit better. But if I get the M3 motor, the 3.0 motor, I mean, I'll just get some new headers for that and slap them on. You do find headers for the M3 motor pretty cheaper, a little bit more cheaper than the regular E46 motors, the 2.5 liters, but they are shorter. So if I do put an M3 motor in here, I would have to end up getting aftermarket headers anyway, or custom ones. I don't know if the original ones would fit from an M3 to a regular non-M car, because the headers on the M3 are smaller and the non-Ms are a little bit longer. Like, I think it's like 2 to 4 inches difference between each other. But yeah, so I definitely want to get exhaust, headers, matching wheels, the M3 motor, a pretty powerful transmission. I do want to put I was thinking about welding the diff, but that's not really good. Might get a LSD diff put in here out of an M3. So I'm now probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but it's going to be a 325i with a bunch of M3 parts on it. And I don't really care what anyone has to say, because it's my car. And it'll be a sleeper pretty much that way, because no one will be expecting it. They'll be expecting 3.5, and it will end up having a M3 motor in it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I am still going to wrap the fake wood grain. I might keep this one the same, just like it is now. But then again, I might wrap it because it does have a scratch in it right here, and some blemishes here and there. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go with the black carbon fiber wrap like I did right here, because I feel like it would just look pretty sloppy and not really creative if I do it like that. So I was thinking about getting like snakeskin wrap and doing this in the trim, just to be like a little bit different, be carbon fiber and snakeskin. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, it'd be different, but be cool at the same time. So I am going to wrap the headliner. I haven't really decided on what kind of material I want to get yet. Everything will be wrapped, like all this right here. Even this right here will be wrapped. The sunroof cover will be wrapped, all this. I just haven't really found out what material I want to put on it yet. But I definitely will be wrapping it, and I have to get this place. Have to replace this piece right here, the A-pillar cover. So, thinking about putting a different dash in here, or not the dash, but the cluster from an M3, because it has the gold ring or the silver rings around the odometer. And definitely want to get these lights off right here. That's the O2 sensors, and has a misfire on it. But yeah, I'm going to be either, if I don't get the M3 motor, I will be rebuilding this motor and probably just stroke it out with bigger cams and cranking all forged internals. So that's one big plan. Either that or rebuild it and just slap a turbo on it, because that's what everybody's doing. And when you put a turbo on one of these cars, they're pretty quick. I've seen videos of 2.5 motors outrun M3s with turbos. So, and M3s are pretty quick. There's a lot of sad Mustang owners out there when they pull up next to an M3. So yeah, that's just all the stuff that I'm going to be doing in the future to this car. I may wrap these, or have the airbags rewrapped, because it's coming out over here on this side. So, and I definitely need to pull the carpet out and clean it, because the previous owner didn't really take care of it. So there's a lot of really nasty stuff in here. And I did find some mold on the seat belts. There's like a little bit on that one right there, that brown stuff. It's actually green, but the camera doesn't give it much justice. So I'm gonna have to thoroughly clean this car really good, get rid of all that mold. And yeah, so if you guys like the video, consider subscribing, hit the like button, and comment down below what videos you guys want to see in the future. Yeah, I try to post videos a couple times a week. Just don't really have much content, because I already have really gone over all the stuff in the car. So if you guys want to see better content from this channel, comment down below what kind of videos you guys want to see from this. And whatever comment that I pick to do a video on, I'll give you a shout out in one of the videos. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, like, and have a good day.